Hello everyone, it's Dr. Vasquez, your doctor in criminal justice, bringing you another video on criminal justice topics. So I have a story that's getting worldwide attention. This story is coming out of Florida, where a former school resource officer, former deputy, former sheriff, was found not guilty on all charges, on all counts. This former school resource officer stepped outside of a high school where an active shooter was taking place and 17 people lost their lives. Stay tuned for what comes next. Thank you.
They read as follows. In the Circuit Court of the 17th Judicial Circuit in and for Broward County, Florida, case number 19-7166 CF10A, State of Florida plaintiff versus Scott Peterson defendant. Verdict, count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to the defendant in this case. The defendant is not guilty. So say we all this 29th day of June 2023 at Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, Florida.
Hands, put your hands up. Please. Put your phones away. Put your phones away.
Holy.
Oh my God! Put your phones down and listen to every fucking word they say. Do not dig around with them right now. Okay? There's a ton of
because people pulled out their phones.
Hello everyone, welcome back. All right everybody, so this is how the story unfolded. On February 14, 2018, 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz entered Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School located in Parkland, Florida. He entered, he had a weapon with him, he had a rifle with him, and he killed 17 people. He injured 17 other people. The on-site school resource officer was Scott Peterson. Scott Peterson, you could see in the video, he's driving around, he's radioing, he's standing by a pole, he's standing by a tree. He does not go inside of the building. Everybody had questions on why did you not go inside of the building? Yesterday, Thursday, June 29, Scott Peterson was found not guilty on all charges. 7 counts of felony child neglect, not guilty. 3 counts of culpable negligence, not guilty. 1 count of perjury, not guilty. Prosecutors will try to argue that Officer Scott Peterson ignored his training and did nothing. All right, everybody, welcome to this channel. Welcome to this platform. Welcome to this community. If you're new here, I always have 3 questions, 3 things, 3 concerns that I want to discuss with you. The first question I have for you is if you believe Officer Scott Peterson should have been found guilty. Yes or no? For me, I'm going to say yes. The reason I'm going to say yes is because we're taught from day one, direct the threat, direct the threat. If you don't know what that means that wherever that threat is, you go inside that building. When it comes to active shooter, right? So I'm talking about specific when there's active shooter, you got to kick in that door. You got to go through that window. You got to get to that shooter. We know the first 30 seconds of an active shooter is the most deadly. And so you have no excuse. You have no excuse, right? So that's basic 101 stuff. So to me, he should have been found guilty. I think what they argued was that he assumed the position of an on-scene commander, coordinating, plotting, radioing, letting individuals know what was going on. That was probably the argument the defense counsel had. For me personally, though, I think with the charges that were read, all right, if we're going through he should have been found guilty. All right, let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, my second question for you. As a police officer, are you allowed to be scared? Because that's what I think happened here. I think that this individual got scared. I'm going to be honest with you. You have an active shooter going on. You hear shots being fired. You know, people are possibly dying. And so for me, I'm going to say yes. It's okay as an officer to be scared. It's happened. You know, you have emotions, adrenaline running to you. You're a human being. You're not a robot. You are allowed to shed a tear. You're allowed to be scared. You're allowed to scream. All of that stuff. You have to get to that active shooter. Let me know if you think police officers, are they allowed to be scared or are they not allowed to be scared? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like I said, yes, you are. But you know, you have to face reality. You have to get to that shooter. I think Scott Peterson got scared. He thought twice about it. He was paranoid. You know, and then doubt crept into him and his training and what he believed and what he stood for and all those other things, right? At the time, he was 54 years old. He was already retirement eligible, so he knew what he was doing. There was no question on what was going on. So yes, it's okay to be scared, but I also think that if you get to that point in time where you're like, man, it's an active shooter, it's a bomb threat, it's a suspicious package, it's a domestic, and you have second thoughts or you have reservations about going in, then if you're retirement eligible, then it's time to retire. Or if you're not retirement eligible and you're new to law enforcement, then maybe this is not the occupation for you, okay? All right, let me know what you think down in the comments below. And my last question, and I always tease my students with questions like this. What would you have done if you were in the place of Scott Peterson, former Officer Scott Peterson? What would you have done? Would you have become the on-scene commander? Would you have done exactly what he did? Or would you have, like I said, kicked in the door, got directed threat, or you were the only individual with a weapon? For me personally, yeah, there's no reservations. I don't think about it twice. You know, but I also do believe that some people have it and some people don't have it. Some people might say, yeah, you know, Dr. Vasquez, I'll get to the shooter, you know, I'll take care of business and this and that. Would you though? Have you ever been in that situation? What type of training, what have you been through in life? What are your life experiences, right? So we'll never know. All right, we'll never know. That's an individual question and only you can answer that. All right, everybody, it is time for the shameless plug. If you like criminal justice, if you like criminology, if you like videos like this, if you like gathering information, dissecting them, and then Dr. Vasquez coming talking to you about this type of material, this is the place for you. We have been at this for over 3 years and we have over 300 videos. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Patreon. If you go to Patreon and you look up Dr. Vasquez, and this goes for all platforms, we will come up. And if you log into Patreon and you subscribe, you get these videos before anybody else. All right, everybody, that is your video for today. Thank you so much. Enjoy the weekend, everybody.